This message landed in my YouTube studio yesterday, and honestly, it's caught me completely off guard. So, according to YouTube, proposed UK legislation could fundamentally change how videos are discovered by forcing platforms to give traditional broadcasters priority. Traditional broadcasters being the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, the guys with massive budgets. Now, it's not our fault that people are not watching TV anymore. Times are changing, but legislation, in other words, law, to make sure that they get priority on YouTube, social media. And this isn't just for YouTube, this will be YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Rumble, whatever. Whatever your primary source of viewing is, that you get to choose what you watch. The UK government are trying to make it so that you see what they want you to see first. What that means is this isn't even about content creation, this is about what you, the viewer, gets shown. So we're going to take a look at this, we're going to take emotion out of it, because I was a little bit angry when this landed in my inbox of YouTube Studio. So obviously I've not got the lights on, I've not got anything running, no music, anything. Let's just get straight into this, because I think this could be really, really dangerous, and I think this could be really bad for the platform in general if this passes. Just my views on it. So first things first, this isn't the law yet. Nothing has actually changed. This is a government consultation, which means they're going into Parliament and they are discussing that this needs to happen. So the government is reviewing media laws. The consultation closes in August. YouTube has obviously responded to creators by pushing out this studio message, and then creators like myself, Ghosts on Trent and Real Evidence have started taking to Facebook with this. This isn't like the adpocalypse from 10 years ago, or the "are you commercially viable" on YouTube, where this is all just sort of YouTubers looking into the TOS and trying to pull drama out of it. YouTube has responded to this, and YouTube has reached out to its creators for its creators to try to stop this happening. To me, YouTube look worried, and for me, I'm really worried. So the proposal is a prominence regime. I don't know if that sounds incredibly boring, or like they should be wearing certain uniforms and goose stepping, but it does sound boring until you understand what that means. So today you go onto YouTube, you open your app, or you look online, or you open the YouTube app on your TV, and you will see 4 videos, 6 shorts, 4 videos. All of the videos will mostly be from independent creators. The shorts will be from independent creators. Or you search for specific things in whatever niche, whether it's building sheds or crochet, ghost hunting, debunking. But then what happens if this law passes? Because the algorithm, you'll open your YouTube, and instead of seeing your favourite creators or creators like your favourite creators that the algorithm usually pushes, you'll see BBC, ITV, Channel 4. But BBC don't just want the BBC, like BBC One, they want BBC News, BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, if that still exists, ITV, ITVX. All of these things that are available on your Fire Stick, your smart TV, they want to push onto YouTube and take prominence. So you'll open up your YouTube and it'll be BBC bank of channels, ITV bank of channels, maybe some shorts, possibly from the BBC and the ITV channels. Then your millions of subscriber count channels, your Mr. Beasts, your Sam and Colby. Then you'll get to the large, they're the upper echelons. Then you'll get to the large creators, the ones of 100,000 up to 1 million. Then after that, below 100,000 to 50,000, below that 50 to, 1,000, and below that. So what this means is, if this bill passes and these channels have to be featured more prominently, BBC, ITV, Channel 4, BBC News, ITV News, everyone else moves lower. So your big creators disappear from the top of the homepage feed to be taken over by controlled TV networks, stuff that the government tells them they're allowed to do. So where do debunkers fit in that? Where do ghost hunters fit in that? Where does anything outside of the normal stuff you can find on TV sit? Because just between the BBC and ITV, there's 5 channels there. There's only 4 blocks on the top. The last year has already been so difficult for YouTube creators because of the changes to the home feed and changes to the recommendations. All channels, all medium-sized channels especially, are really struggling right now because you've got shorts all over YouTube. It's taken over the home feed. And then the 4 videos that you do see, if you actually see any at all, are massive creators. And everyone has been suffering since August last year. Everybody's views are down by 50% or more. Everyone's income is down by 50% or more. Imagine how much more worse that gets when the top guys drop down in the UK. So in the UK, we've got massive channels like Daz Black. How would you feel if you kept opening YouTube and Daz is no longer featured prominently because ITV, BBC, Channel 4 is? Then probably shorts. Then further down, Daz. Now, Daz is a big channel, but if he disappears off that homepage feed, and I love watching Daz, if he disappears off that feed, people are going to stop subscribing, stop finding his channel. People don't find YouTubers' channels, and only the TV networks are sat at the top. YouTube that we love, YouTube that we all watch because it's YouTube, not TV tube, it dies. And at the moment, this is only UK. How long until other governments look at this if it passes and say, we could control YouTube? We can put legislation on them to make sure they only push our agenda. And the simple fact of the matter is, the British government want to push British terrestrial TV, but to push something up, everything else has to move down. That's wrong. Now, in the interest of fairness, YouTube are of course going to have their own interests in this. This is why they've reached out to creators, I imagine. They don't want the government telling them how their platform should promote material. They don't want the government telling them how recommendations should work, because YouTube was built off channels like mine and Daz when he was smaller than mine. So I'm not just saying, hey, go and blindly believe YouTube. Go and look at what the government are putting out. That I'll link in the video description. I'll leave a link so you can go and see exactly what they're trying to do. Go and look at the argument from YouTube that I've posted here and what the government is saying. Look for yourself and make your own mind up. Educate yourself on it. Don't just take my word for it. And now to you, the YouTube viewers, how many channels do you watch on average that would never ever be able to exist on terrestrial TV? Things like how to fix your car, how to change spark plugs, ghost hunting, metal detecting, gaming live streams, gaming tutorials, walking channels, people restoring homes and cars, Lego builders, aquariums. All of those creators, myself included, only exist because YouTube lets the audience decide who succeeds. That's what the algorithm is there for. This channel has taken me years to build. It's actually my second channel. My first channel, it never grew, but that's where I learnt everything that I put into this channel. 65,000 subscribers in 4 years. Millions and millions of views. Not because the BBC promoted me, not because ITV shouted me out, not because Channel 4 gave me a TV show, but because you clicked. You watching this right now, all of my subscribers, you clicked on my content. You made that decision. And you were aware of my channel because of the browse features. You were aware of my channel because of suggested videos. And my returning viewers are what pushes me out through the algorithm to you guys. It's the same for every YouTuber. And that is how content creators grow on this platform and every other platform. Returning viewers, recommendations via the platform. So how would this actually change the recommendations? Well, we don't really know yet, but the whole thing of legacy TV having prominence, that's a horrible, horrible statement. Like, yeah, I call these guys that built the platform. Let's just boost the BBC, ITV and Channel 4 because they were there first. The consultation itself, it doesn't really spell out exactly how things or how the platform will implement this prominence, but YouTube clearly believes that this is going to become a massive problem because they've reached out to all UK creators. And I believe the American creators are getting this through the YouTube studio as well. But YouTube are that worried about this, they felt the need to send this out through YouTube studio to every UK content creator. And then it leads to some really weird questions, doesn't it? I mean, should the UK government be allowed to have an influence over what recommendations are put into the YouTube algorithm? Should legacy broadcasters be given special treatment? Because they've not put anything into YouTube. They're trying to take over it already. You open up your YouTube now and I just see loads of Channel 4 comedy skits broken up. But it's all owned by the TV networks that are already paid by advertisers. that are already paid by our TV licence, in the case of the BBC, the greedy? Or should audiences decide? Personally, I think the viewers, as has always been the case on YouTube, should decide who succeeds on this platform, not the government. If people want to watch the BBC, absolutely fine. Go and watch the BBC. Go and watch it on the BBC app. Go and watch it wherever you want. But if you want to watch independent creators, watch independent creators. But the British government shouldn't be like, yeah, let's push our agenda, let's push our TV networks and push everybody else down. Why should the legacy TV networks or TV stations of the UK be given this head start all of a sudden on a platform they didn't care about for the longest of times? And now suddenly, because YouTube is bigger than Netflix, Disney and terrestrial TV combined, they want to push us that made the platform down. So I'm not saying to go and sign this, and it is going to be linked in the description down below. I'm saying read both sides, YouTube side and the government side, and make your own mind up. Read YouTube's concerns and then read the government's consultation. Make your own mind up. If you agree with YouTube, then respond to it. If you agree with the government for some bizarre reason, then agree with it. But don't ignore this, because potentially this could change the way YouTube uses for all of us worldwide eventually. You need to have your say. And to end, for years we've been told that YouTube is different because success has been built one viewer at a time. If that ever changes because the government has stepped in, it won't just change YouTube, it'll change social media, and it'll change who gets a voice online. So do please let me know what your thoughts are in the conversation down below. I think this is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Like, YouTube hasn't become difficult enough through the own algorithm changes. Now the government want to step on us. No, this isn't about ghosts. No, this isn't about real or fake. This is about the future of the platform that all of us share. Whether we agree or disagree, surely we all want this platform to remain our platform. YouTube, not their tube. And please share this video out. I think this is really, really important. I imagine there's going to be a lot of content creators posting videos quite similar to this to make sure that people are reading the changes that the government are proposing and that we try to put a stop to it. So share this out everywhere. Share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook, share it on your YouTube. Because for me, personally, I think this has to stop. We don't want the government controlling what we see on YouTube. Much love to you all. Beardo out.